Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of creating your AdWords account and creating campaigns and ad groups and writing ad copy and choosing keywords, I want to be sure that we have a really solid foundation and understanding of how Google AdWords works and what options you have for advertising through Google. So there are four main categories of advertising that you can do through Google. You have search, shopping, display, and YouTube. Let's talk now about search. Now, search is what most people think of when they think of Google, and it's where you type a search query, type or speak a search query into the Google search engine, and search for it on Google. And here we can see examples of search ads. These text ads down here, this one here with the little ad label, those are all search text ads, and then we also see more down at the bottom of the page. Now, when you look at performance data within your AdWords account, you'll see something called average position, which will tell you on average where on the page your ads are showing. And in that context, this first ad here is in position number 1, and the second ad is position number 2, and then number 3, 4, 5, and so on. And typically, the higher your ad is, the more likely people are to click it, and therefore the higher your click-through rate will be. Now, the way search ads works is pretty simple. You have a search term, for example, where to buy umbrella. That triggers a keyword that you selected in your account, in this case, buy umbrella, and that triggers the ad that you have created in your account. And the person searching sees that ad on the search results page. They click the ad, takes them to your website, and hopefully they purchase an umbrella from you. Now let's talk about Google Shopping. Google Shopping is this right here. You can see these pictures of products and prices. This all comes from product feeds that you submit to Google with a title, with a price, a product description, category, and lots of other data. And Google pulls from that to show these product listing ads as part of Google Shopping. They can show up here in the search results. They can also show up, I'll click there, in this interface right here. This is Google Shopping, and it has its own tab. And you can sort this by price, by brand, category, lots of other different things. This is basically a comparison search shopping engine. Think of it as a competitor to Amazon. All right, so that's shopping. Let's talk for a minute about Google Display. Lots of people, when they think of display, think about pop-up ads and banner ads and image ads. That's partly right and partly wrong. It's not pop-up ads. Google does not like pop-up ads, but Google Display is where you would see image ads. So let's go to a website here where I know we'll find some image ads. And here we go. So you can see right here, this banner ad is served via the Google Display Network. The same with this one over here and this one down here. These two are actually identical. So the idea behind this is that you can show these ads, text and image, to people as they browse the web. These are people not necessarily searching for your product or service, but you think they are relevant to you based upon their demographics, the website they're on, the websites they've visited recently. There are a lot of different targeting options that you have. You'll also hear a lot about remarketing, and we'll talk about remarketing in its own section. Remarketing is where you show ads to people who have been to your website before. And some of these ads right here probably are remarketing because I've been to these websites myself. Now, remarketing falls under display because you create display campaigns in order to show remarketing ads, but I'll put it in its own separate category later. So that's display. Let's talk about the last type of Google campaign here, which is YouTube. And here is an example of several types of ads that can show on a YouTube page. You can see this right here is just the regular video content on YouTube. This right here is a text ad which shows as an overlay on the video, and this would be from a Google Display campaign. Then over here we have an image ad, which would also be from a Google Display campaign. And then down here we have a third ad. This is actually promoting a video on YouTube, so that's served via a specific YouTube campaign. And then the main type of ad that you would see when you think of YouTube is a video ad that plays either before or during the content that you're watching. And those are called true view ads, and people have to watch the first 5 seconds of those. Then they have the option to skip. If they do skip, you're not charged at all. But if they decide to keep watching and watch at least 30 seconds of your ad or the entire ad, if it's shorter than 30 seconds, then you're charged for that view. And they can be quite effective. Another type of YouTube ad. Let me go over here and go to youtube.com to the home page. All right, so this right here, this banner at the top, is what Google calls a masthead. And this ad is something that will display to anyone who goes to YouTube on a specific day. These are quite expensive. Typically, only big brands use these, so it's probably not real relevant to you, but it is an option. And those are the 4 main categories of campaigns you can run on Google. You have search, shopping, display, and YouTube.